As we continue reflecting on the resurrection appearances that we find in the gospel, this week, once again, the disciples are fishing and Jesus appears. He cooks them breakfast after they get a remarkable catch of fish, but then Jesus does something very important. He asks Peter a question. Peter, do you love me? And 3 times Jesus poses the question to Peter. Now we know theologically this is to make up for the 3 times that Peter denied Jesus prior to his crucifixion and death. But Jesus' answer when Peter professes his love is very telling. As Jesus says, Simon Peter, do you love me? Peter says, yes, Lord, you know I love you. And 3 times Jesus tells him, feed my sheep, tend my flock, take care of others. And you know, there's something very telling there for us. Because like Peter, all of us, whether we want to admit it or not, in our words and actions from time to time betray Christ. And like Peter, we all want to profess and demonstrate our love to the Lord. But just like Peter, the Lord gives us that very same answer. To show our love for Christ, we take care of those around us. We tend the flock. We feed the Lord's sheep. It goes back to what Jesus says in St. Matthew's Gospel. Whatever you did for the least of my brothers and sisters, you did for me. And during this season of rejoicing, as we rejoice in all that Christ has done for us, a natural response to that is to show our love for the Lord. And Jesus gives us in the Gospel how he wants us to do that. By tending the flock, by feeding the sheep, by caring for those around us. For when we do that, we literally care for Christ himself. We do what he asks of us. And most importantly, we don't just talk about our love for Christ. We demonstrate it in the way that Jesus has marked out for us. Not a sermon or a homily, but just something that I think all of us could reflect on.